Hello and welcome to Fuck Your Opinion. This is a movie review show with yours truly, Sean. Thank you for tuning in. And if this was an accident, if you accidentally clicked on this, go fuck yourself. Just kidding. Stay for the content, guys. Stay for it. Cause have I got a review for you? Because today I watched the Netflix film Moxie. Why did I watch Moxie? Well, as a straight white man, I felt it was my obligation. No, sorry. It was my duty to watch this feminist propaganda so that I could relay the messages and the attacks on my people, my straight white men's. So, men, here's what we got story-wise. We got a charming, kind, generous high school football quarterback who is harassed, taunted, bullied, and victimized by this feminist hate group. And it's just, I got you. Got you. You thought I was doing that. You thought that I was taking the story. This is a joke. I was just trolling everybody. I was trolling both sides. I was trolling the left. I was trolling the right. I'm just going to get a lot of hate for that. And you know what? I know I'm going to get a lot of hate. I'm going to take that. But you know what? This is fuck your opinion. That's the show. So thank you for tuning in, guys. By the way, like and subscribe because you like that. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, I watched the Netflix movie Moxie today, and let me tell you, it was truly wonderful. It was truly, truly great. I enjoyed it so much, and it was a movie that I didn't know what to expect from because I love Amy Poehler, but I don't know her as a director, and I also didn't know what tonally this was gonna be. So when I clicked on it, the Netflix description was like, this is a movie about smashing the patriarchy or something like that. And I'm saying to myself, ooh, ooh. I mean, I am all for smashing the patriarchy. Mad Max Fury Road is one of my favorite movies. I know that's not totally smashing. You get what I'm saying. In the real world, I'm all for it. But at the same time, when you do it in the movies, are we gonna go overboard? Are we gonna forget our characters? Is it just going to be more of a message film than something that's really heartfelt. So I went in pretty skeptical. Amy Poehler directed this, and off the bat I'll say she did a fucking great job at this movie, from the cinematography to the acting to the story. Just everything about the movie was really well crafted. I would, though, caveat that by saying it's still kind of a starter movie in a sense. This directing by Amy Poehler, like B plus, really good, really solid, and I'm really excited to see what she does next, where she kind of goes, because this movie proves that she has the chops directing wise to venture out and do other things. Now, hopefully, she doesn't crash and burn like say Aaron Sorkin, who, as much as I love as a writer, my God, Trial of Chicago 7, it's just like you take Molly's game and then you like Trial of Chicago 7 was terrible. I don't know how he's getting nominated for that for directing. That's stupid. Anyways, back to this movie. So Amy Poehler's daughter in this movie is kind of the for lack of a better word, but this is how she's labeled, obedient person, where she kind of just is a wallflower. She doesn't really stand out. She kind of fits into the crowd. So she's just doing her thing for the most part. And then near the beginning of the movie, the asshole guys of the school decide, "Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're going to make a list of all the girls." And it's a very degrading, awful, mean-spirited list. We got like best ass, most bangable. Vivian is labeled most obedient, and this really crushes every girl in the movie. So it was truly horrible what they were doing, with their labeling. And Vivian decides to fight back. So she starts this zine magazine anonymously called Moxie. She puts it in the girls' bathrooms. There's a great scene where she runs into she's like, I gotta make copies of this. How do I make copies? So she runs into this copy shop and she's like, I need a shit ton of copies, like holding up her copy like this. And then we cut to the old man behind the desk, and he's just like, well, how many is that? And she's like, like 50. Great comedy. So, anyways, story progresses. The girls are revolting throughout the whole story, and they're pushing it further and further and further until it escalates to essentially the school suspending Vivian's best friend, Claudia. Claudia is great. Love her. Love the actress. Love her performance. Love the character's journey throughout the whole movie. But, anyways, Vivian decides, okay, enough is enough. And for other reasons, she gets this anonymous letter that another girl at the school has been raped. So she's like, fuck it. You know, we're going to go full on protesting. And then they decide to have a walkout. It's pretty good. I would say the ending is rewarding, and she stands up, admits she's Moxie, and has this like I am Spartacus moment. You know, everyone's like, I am Moxie, I am Moxie. And it's like on one hand, it's pretty satisfying. On the other hand, it's really fucking forced and contrived. And I would say that for honestly the whole last act felt that way because that's where that's at the point where it kind of becomes like push comes to shove for Vivian, and she starts to get like really whiny and annoying and just a temperamental teenager. And listen, look at me. I'm in my late 20s. I can't say I'm particularly in touch with the current high school female mindset. So I could be totally off base with saying this, but it felt kind of out of character for her and everything that we had had before. It felt more like the movie forcing her into that position, essentially forcing her into that structural low point, so to speak, so that she could then have this high point, this redemption, this uh, overcoming the obstacle at the end. And, in the course of what, like 10 hours, she goes from like, fuck this. I'm at my worst to like, I'm okay, mom. I'm doing great. I'm just smashing the patriarchy. It's a bit sudden. Everything feels a bit forced at the end. We didn't need necessarily to have this big, big low point. At least it felt like the movie was pushing it as opposed to it coming out naturally. And also, small complaint. I'm nitpicking here, but at the same time, really? So one of the girls at the very end goes, I tripped the mascot for feminism and I felt good about it. And I'm just saying to myself, you tripped the mascot? The guy broke his wrist or his arm. And you feel good about that? That wasn't such a bad guy. He wasn't like Mr. Wonderful. He wasn't great, but he wasn't like a total scumbag either. I don't know if you needed to trip him and break his arm. A little excessive, I think. But you know what? You do you. I just don't know if that's a win for feminism. I will say, to her credit, I guess, or to the that guy's discredit, there's a bit in the middle where he's like the high school TV announcer in the for the morning announcements. And one of the announcements, he says, "Hi, all you mermaids and pirates." And his co-host, the head cheerleader's like, "Well, why can't we both be pirates?" He's like, "Well, I'm trying to be inclusive." And I'm like, "No, asshole. There's plenty of female pirates. Don't you know Anne Bonny? Don't you know Mary Read? They are awesome, kick-ass female pirates. Look them up. Not gonna get into them a whole lot, but I will say, especially in the past, like, couple years, especially this year, she's had such a resurgence in pop culture and popularity. I mean, there's a singer I listen to, Carlene. She did a whole Anne Bonny soundtrack, and it's wonderful. It's amazing. So, you know what, asshole? Like, one of the best captains in general, one of the best captains in general. I don't remember her name, but she's a Chinese female pirate captain, and she was one of the most successful and one of the most ruthless. So, don't even don't even. I'm just getting into this because I really like pirates, and I did a whole binge on that a couple years ago. But I digress. We're talking about Moxie, a high school coming of age drama, not Pirates of the Caribbean. The last thing I really want to complain about this movie, and this is not like a big complaint. It's just that the boyfriend character is such a nice guy. Because the thing is, part of you might go, "Oh man, is every male character a complete asshole in this movie? Is it? I know we're smashing the patriarchy, but we gotta have at least one good, nice guy, right?" And we do. Vivian's boyfriend is a real sweetheart, real nice guy. That being said, throughout the whole movie, he is too nice. He is too nice to her. Like, he has zero flaws. Zero. I'm not saying I need a character to be super flawed, but at the same time, it's a bit suspicious when you're not flawed at all and you're just doing everything too right, you know? It's something where I just was saying to myself, okay, at what point is the other shoe gonna drop? I thought it was gonna be during the low point of the movie. I'm like, oh, we're gonna find out he's actually a real sexist asshole or something, right? And no, he ends up being totally good, totally kind, totally a great guy throughout. And I'm just saying to myself, well, maybe that's even worse that he's good throughout and that we never know what his flaw is. Because let's be honest, we all have flaws. Look at me. This is the flaw. My voice is the flaw. Everything about me is a flaw. I'm an asshole too. I'm a total asshole. So I'm super flawed. This guy doesn't have a single flaw. So that leads me to believe that what whatever is going on behind the scenes with him is so horrendous that the movie didn't even want to address it. I am assuming, not confirmed, but I am assuming if they do a sequel to this movie and they're still together, Vivian is going to find out that the boyfriend is a serial killer. That's the only logical explanation I can find or think of as to why he's like putting on this facade of like, I'm great, guys. I'm so good. By the way, don't look in my basement because I don't have any bodies in there. Nothing to see there. That's how I feel about that guy. He's too good. He's too good. Just give me something. Just give me one thing that's negative. Last thing I really want to note is there's this one character who is in I don't remember the character's name because I don't think they address it, but there's this one girl who is in a wheelchair. She is the best part about this movie. She is comic relief. She always has the greatest witty lines. She's so smart. You just have one single cut and shot of her, and she just knocks it out of the park and steals every scene she's in. And it frustrates me so much that she only has like two bits near the beginning half of the movie, then trails off throughout the rest of the movie, and then is there in the background. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where's Wheelchair Girl? She's my favorite part of this whole fucking movie. She's wonderful. She's great. Why is she not a main member of Moxie? I like there's literally no reason why she's not a main member of Moxie. Because the thing is, the Moxie girls get together and are basically like I'm being made fun of for X, Y, and Z, and that's why I want to be part of this group, this feminist organization where we support each other, right? It would only make sense for Wheelchair Girl to be part of this group, to want to be part of this group. And she is such a great character that I don't understand why she's not in it more. It just boggles my mind, Amy Poehler, why you just let that one slide. That was a poor choice of words. Oh God. Anyways, point is, I wanted more of her. It literally, if she was the main character of the movie, I would have liked this movie more. It's she just any more of her would have been wonderful. But I don't know what. Maybe this movie's ableist. I don't know what to tell you. Not true feminism. We have this girl off the sidelines, but we don't really want to include her, right? Moxie too. Put her in it, guys. That's what I'm saying. Amy Poehler, more wheelchair girl. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up her name real quick. I feel bad. I feel bad for not knowing it. I couldn't figure it out, guys. Again, I couldn't figure it out because and even in like top 20 names of characters on IMDb, she isn't even in it. And then you get to the point where like people's headshots aren't in it. And I'm like, this is just taking too long to figure out. Have more of her. She was wonderful. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. 7 out of 10. I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. There's a lot to love. I really like it. I really like the middle. It's just the beginning is a bit too uncomfortable, and the end kind of just becomes obvious. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this content, be sure to like, make sure to subscribe. That way I can create more content and grow the channel. So I would really appreciate it. And here's the thing, if you don't subscribe, you can go fuck yourself. If you don't like this video, go fuck yourself too. And I mean that if you don't physically like it or if you don't like it internally. Besides the fact that if you click like, go fuck yourself. I also have a podcast link in the description below.